right? So this whole land was yours, but now every city that you're in, you get pushed to the ghettos or put on reservations. Is that a good thing or a bad thing to be put in a little confined area when it was all yours? That's a curse, right? God said if Gad or the Native Americans don't listen to him, their children are going to live in the ghettos. Their children are going to be on reservations. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Who was cursed in the fields? Who worked in the fields for low wages? Today, who does? When you think about somebody selling oranges on the side of the road, you think of a Chinese man, a white man. What man is there sitting there selling oranges on the side of the road? The Mexicans, right? Who worked in the cotton fields for free for hundreds of years? The African Americans, right? Who got the worst jobs, the highest labor jobs, but get paid the least? The Mexicans, right? Hold that. Give me Genesis 49.
Bring it out.
Let me show you that is Bible prophecies that they're going to be between two problems, two issues. One issue is high wages. The other one is low pay. Let's see who God said that was going to happen to. Let's see if it's going to happen to everybody or to his people. Read that.
Genesis 49:14. Issachar is a strong ass crouching down between two burdens.
He said Issachar, if you look on this sign, Issachar is the so-called Mexicans, right? He said they're going to be a strong ass. Why? What do you use a donkey for?
Get us places.
To get us places and for what else? To carry heavy loads, right? They work hard. So he's comparing a group of people, a group of his people, to a hard-working animal. He said Issachar is a strong ass, not a regular one, a strong ass, catching down between two burdens. Because although they work hard, they get paid the least and they work the longest hours. If you look at all the cities that's getting built over here, who you see working on those construction sites all day long? The so-called Mexicans, the so-called Native Americans who call themselves Mexicans because they don't know their history. A lot of our people call themselves Mexicans, but they're not really Mexicans. They just know they from here and they look like Mexicans, right? But that's who working on them construction. That's who doing the heavy lifting right now, building up this society, right? For high wages, low pay. That's the two burdens he's talking about. So we can go back. So that's the curse in the field. They cursed in the work field, right? Let's see what else happened in the history. Do you know how did the so-called Native Americans survive before the Spaniards got here? What did they do? What was their food source? Yeah, they used to eat the buffalo. They used to hunt buffaloes and use the skin and all that. They used every part of the buffalo. Right. But let's see what God said was going to happen if they did keep the commandments. Because when they was following the buffalo, they was doing good. But another person came and did this to them. Read that.
Deuteronomy 28:31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes.
Thine ox. He's talking about the buffalo because the buffalo is similar to a cow, right? It's a sort of cow. He said yours is going to be slain before your eyes. When the so-called white man came over here, they slaughtered the buffalo and let the meat rot. Why? To starve your people out. So now you got to depend on them. Now you got to go in their program. That's how they was able to get you on those reservations because they starved you out. You had nothing to eat. They gave you blankets with smallpox. Instead of being able to use the buffaloes and all that to cover yourself, you had to take their blankets and they gave you smallpox. These are the things that God said was going to happen to his people for not listening. Read.
And thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from.
And thine ass, the animals that we use for work, got taken away. Right? Same thing. That's why today, whenever you need something done, you got to go buy a tractor from who? Do our people sell the tractor? No. The other nation who came and killed the buffalo, they the one who sell you the tractor too, because they took away your work animals. And now you got to buy it from them. Right? Read.
And shall not be restored to thee.
And they ain't gave it back. That's why today we still using their equipment. We still got to go to, all praise to the Most High, we get some Issachar brothers, so-called Mexicans, getting their own equipment. But when you see on them big projects, they using that same people who slaughtered their food source, they using their equipment.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again. 31.
Right? Read.
Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
And your
Right.
sheep, your food source, the other food source, all our food sources are given to our enemies, right? Let's see, give me 48. Let's see if God said that was going to happen. He told us right there. Guess what? He's going to tell you again, and it goes deeper. Watch this. Read that.
Deuteronomy 28:48.
Bring it up.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
You're going to serve your enemies. That same enemy who killed your buffalo. But he's going to go to it. We're going to figure out more information about who this enemy is so we can identify him. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
And God sent them. Why did God send them against us again? He said if we didn't do what, he's going to put curses on us. If you don't keep the commandments, I'm going to put curses on you. And so God said if you break these commandments, you're going to serve your enemies that he sent against you. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. The same one, they slaughtered your buffalo. Now you have to go to them in hunger. Whenever you're hungry today, what do you go to? What was that? The restaurant. Who owns the restaurant? When you get some groceries, who owns the grocery store? Who controls the import and export of food? The same people that killed your buffalo. That same enemy God called them. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Like I said, this land was all y'all. Give me that limitation real quick. Hold that. This land was all your peoples. Now, another nation has came on it, and you buy water. Who do you buy your water from? It's the same people, right? If you get a drink out the tap, who do you pay a water bill to? If you take a shower, you got to pay them, right? Watch this. We're going to go to another part in the Bible and show you that God said that was going to happen. Read that.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
And this is Israelite talking. He said our inheritance is turned to strangers. Y'all inheritance was this whole America. Now it's turned to strangers, another group that's not from your people. They took your inheritance, right? Read.
Our houses to aliens.
Our houses to who?
To aliens.
So the houses that y'all had on this land was given to aliens. So what do they call our people that come over here? They call them what? Illegal aliens, right? But God said they're the ones that are aliens.
Right.
They the ones who came and took your houses. God said they're alien. They're the alien that's going to come take your house.
Right.
Read.
Verse 4. We have drunken our water for money.
We have did what?
Drunken our water for money.
They said we drinking our own water for money now. The Native Americans, this was their land. They owned the rivers, they owned the streams, all of that. And now the Native Americans have to pay for water. And that's because God said, you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to make you serve your enemy for that water that you got for free. Go back to Deuteronomy. He said you're going to serve them in hunger and in thirst. What else?
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. Whenever you want clothes, who do you get your clothes from? The same people you get the water bill, the same people you go to their stores to buy their stuff, the same people that killed your buffalo, that's who you got to go to if you want clothes. These is the things that God said was going to happen to his people. Why? We didn't keep the commandments, right? Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
Anything you want. You said you work in construction. If you want a building permit, who do you got to go to get that? If you want a fishing license, a birth certificate, a death certificate, a driver's license, anything you want today, what do you got? Who you got to get it from? Ain't that what the Bible just said? What we showing you is God said this is what's going to happen to his people for not listening. And these things, who do these things happen to today? What races of people suffer from these things? The natives, the Mexicans, and who else? And the African Americans. So what this is showing us is what? The same, the God told, finish that verse. We're going to finish this verse, then we're going to get to it. Watch this. We're going to hone in. If there's any doubt, if anybody's listening got any doubt about who the enemy is, God's going to let us know. Read this.
And he,
that enemy,
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
God said that enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. What people put yokes of iron upon another people's neck? What people put this on our people's necks. The white people, show me that other sign right there. Because it ain't just us, it ain't just the African American. Look what they did when they came over to the natives. That's your people. They put yokes of iron on their neck too, right? Who's put the yokes of iron on there? So now go back to that part. In he, watch.
And he
Who's that he? The enemy.
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Upon thy neck or your neck. Who had the yokes of iron on their neck? We did, right?
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he had destroyed us. How do we know we destroyed? Why he got to take the yoke of iron out? Because we physically here. But we ain't even, the natives ain't even trying to get their land back no more. Their spirits are destroyed. The black people are selling drugs to each other, killing each other, all kind of stuff, prostituting our women out, baby mama, baby daddies, all that because we are destroyed for not keeping God's commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.